the devil inside.
Hi guys, thank you and welcome back to this week makeup looks. Just a quick update, we are now uploading every Wednesday. And with that said, this week we're gonna do this makeup look right here. And since it's more like Halloween, we're gonna do a Halloween makeup look. And if you happen to like this makeup look, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel right down below. Don't forget to hit the bell button and follow me on all my social media at bella.c.snow. Let's get started. Okay, to start out with this makeup look, we're gonna go in with the Embryolisse as moisturizer. So I usually use this one before I start any makeup routine as my face moisturizer. And this one is super hydrating. And second, this is an option. I'm not sure if you even need to put this on, but this is the Olehenriksen Banana Bright Face Primer. Do we want to have a shiny glowing skull? So since I put this on all my makeup look, I'm just gonna put it on it. Put it on anyway. So now that all moisturizer and hydration is done and in there, there's two different ways you can do this makeup look. You can do the skull first and then do your normal makeup, or you can do the base, foundation and eye makeup first and then go in with the skull. I feel like it's easier if you go in with your normal eye makeup first, then draw the skull on top, so you don't have to go back in and do all the detail. That's gonna be easier, so that's what I'm gonna do. And I'm going to do that really quick. And for the base foundation, I'm going to go in with the McGrath Skin Fetish foundation, and the color I'm using is in light medium 14. So I'm just going to use a long fluffy brush from Sephora. The base doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just going to go ahead and neutralize all my skin, like remove all the redness or whatever, so we have an even clean base to put on the skull. And after foundation, I'm going to go in with the Too Faced Born This Way concealer right here. Just conceal under my eye really quick. And now the next step, you really don't have to, but I'm just gonna do anyway, just because I'm used to it. So I'm just gonna go in with the Huda Beauty Cream Contouring right here, and the one I'm using is number 4. I'm just gonna go ahead and do my light contouring with the cream, so I'm gonna give a little bit more face dimensions to my face. So I'm gonna do that really quick. And now one of the important steps of this makeup look, I feel like, is to set the whole face. I'm just gonna go in with the Laura Mercier right here. I'm just gonna make sure that I set the entire face and not just certain area, because we're gonna put like a powder all over on top. The red color for the skull, I call it the apple. But yeah, so just make sure everything is more like matte and nothing is dewy. Oh, another important thing for this makeup look is just to make sure your whole lip is also covered with like foundations or concealer, because we're going to put the skull drip right on top of it, so we also want your lip color to be a little bit more neutral also. So to start with that makeup look, I'm going to stay with the Jeffree Star Blood Sugar palette, and the color we're going to start in is right here, and the color is called SugarCane. And since it's more like a neutral color, I'm just going to use my finger and put it all over my lid, making sure my lid is all set and matte. So it's just going to be like a light neutral wash. And you can also go in with like a different like monochromatic all red eye color with the red skull outside, but I feel like I'm just going to go in with more like neutral eyes, so the skull pop a little bit more. So the next color I'm going to go in is called Cake Mix, and the color is right here, the second to the lightest. So with Cake Mix, I'm just going to pop that right on my crease. And now with the same color Cake Mix, I'm just going to use an angle brush and go right underneath under my bottom lash line. And to really deepen that crease, I'm going to move over to this color, is called Ouch, to really define that crease a little bit more darker. Any color I use on the top lid, I'm going to put on the bottom lid practically, so I'm just going to slowly building up the color and the pigment. And then always keep a clean fluffy brush around to buff around the edges. And now we're just going to move on to a little bit more shimmer for the eyelid. I'm going to move to this color right here. It's called Sweetener. since it's more like a glitter pigment, I'm just gonna go ahead and use my finger. I feel like that's gonna pack on the most color and most pigment products. This has like more like an orangey burnt color, which is perfect for fall and for Halloween. And after that, I'm just gonna go back and to define the crease with the color Ouch again, just to buff that color out. For some reason, I always like to have like a darker crease. It's probably because I have no crease, so. And next up, I'm gonna go in and put on like a dark wing liner, and I need like a black color, and in the blood sugar doesn't have like that a black color eyeshadow, so I'm gonna go in with the Morphe eyeshadow. I'm gonna use this color right down here, and the color is called Wiz, and this palette is the Second Nature 3502 palette. You can use practically any other like black eyeshadow in any palette practically. Black is black practically. So the easiest way for me, I feel like, to draw in a wing liner is to go in with an angle brush. Is to go in with like an angle brush right here, and then go draw out the way you want your shadow to be, and then go in with the liquid right after. So that's the easiest way, so you don't have to go straight onto like liquid that it's just gonna be stay in there and you can't really like remove it that easily. So just use an angle brush and lightly just stamp out the eyeliner, the wing liner that you want. Just practically give you a guide where your wing liner gonna be, and then afterward go in with like an angle brush with a liquid liner to really sharpen them. And we're gonna do slightly something a little bit more different for the wing liner. I'm just gonna show that to you when I finish with this one, so have a little bit surprise for it. And since it's like a Halloween makeup look, I'm just gonna go out and really exaggerate it, that wing, and really extended it out. And now that my wing liner is in there, I'm just gonna go in and darken them and sharpen them with the STILA liquid eyeliner. And now just to go in to lay out the skull, or I call it the apple, the red apple, the witch apple. I'm gonna go in with the Cover FX concealer pencil. You can also use like a white eyeliner pencil. I've been looking for it, but I don't have a white eyeliner pencil, so I'm just gonna use this one. So practically use any lighter color that close to your skin tone or slightly whiter. That's gonna be like the best. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna draw a line from like the corner of our lips right here and all the way up here, and go back to the other side. So I'm not sure you can see it, but it's like something like that, and it doesn't have to be perfect because we can always readjust this a little bit more later. Then now we're gonna go in with the eye socket. We're gonna go all the way like at the bottom of the brows, and we want the brows to be on the red zone because I have more like darker brows, so I'm just gonna try to hide it on the top. So we're just gonna go right under in a circle right underneath. And it doesn't have to be symmetrical either, because one's like paint mail or something, it's not symmetrical. And now for the drip, we can always go in later, or you can just always pre-drawing out like where you want the drip to be. So I'm just gonna randomly place them. Have some big ones, some little one, and then we want to do the same thing at the bottom. That's practically the layout of it. So now to start out the layout, the red, I'm gonna go in with the blood sugar palette right here, and the color is called Prick. So I'm just gonna play that all over, and I'm gonna use a big fat brush for this. So this is the Sephora number 14 brush. And you can always use the cream pigment that they sell at the Halloween store. We're trying to go to the Halloween store today, but everything was closed due to fire. So yeah, nothing open because we live so close to the fire. But I'm just gonna try to make this one work. I'm gonna go in with the red pigment all over. Oh, almost forgot, don't forget the nose area right here. Now that the layout is pretty much there, I'm gonna go in with a slighter darker color. I'm gonna go with this color right here called cherry soda. Over just another layer to make it a little bit more deeper, a little bit more pronounced. Now I'm just going to go in with a smaller shader brush. This is a Sephora shader brush number 18. I'm just going to make sure the edges is all really crisp and clean. And now that you got like a neutral base of your foundations and the new foundations, the red foundation, the skull or the red apple on your face, the melting red apple, what I call it. Now I'm just gonna go in to define it a little bit more. I'm using the Buxom lip liner right here, and the color I'm using is in Code Red. So what I'm doing is I'm using Code Red to go in with against the line to really sharpen and to clean up all the line around the paint. So instead of having that like really fuzzy or blur line from like the powder, we're just gonna go ahead and go in and clean up all that line with the lip pencil. So with that, just go ahead and go in and do all the outline. It's gonna give you a slightly more sharper line. And while you're there, just create a little bit more depth and shadow. And why not? If you can see with the lip pencil going on it, it's already like a much cleaner line. So now I'm just going to do that all over and redo all the line. And I guess you can just use this whole pen to do your whole face, but then that's just going to be a lot of sharpening over and over and over. And I could have gone in to use glue and do all of that to block out my brows, but I feel like that's just too much for Halloween. I just want to go out and have fun on Halloween. I don't want to go like sit there and do all of that. So I'm trying to make this like as easy as possible, so you don't have to get so like complicated doing stuff for Halloween. But you can. I just don't want to. And there we go. I think that's good enough, right? I mean, and now just to just go in and to clean up. If you want to be like really clean and anal about it, I'm just gonna go in and clean up all like the line a little bit in here from where we drawing the shape out earlier. So I'm just gonna really go in with like either a foundations from that you used before or like a concealer, and go in with like a smaller brush, a synthetic brush right here, and just gonna go in and really sharpen out this line and really clean it out. So now once we reach the lips, I'm just gonna go in with the foundations or the concealer. I'm just gonna go in and clean up all the drip right here, practically like cut crease, but cut your drip. Get it? Cut the drip. And we're almost done with this makeup look. And remember earlier when I told you I'm going to show you something a little bit special, unique to do with your wing liner. So I figured this out from the page from Alyssa Marie Artistry. I saw this picture right here and I'm like,
Yo, that's dope. Let's do that.
So now we're going to do that one. So what she does, I think, is using like a wing liner, and then now we're just going to go in again with the STILA liquid wing liner, and we're just going to dot it out. So it's kind of like a domination of your eyeball for the wing liner. So I'm gonna try to zoom you into my eyeball so you can see it a little bit. So I'm gonna try to zoom you into my eyes. So you can see a little bit more better. Not promising though. I'm not sure if I can zoom in. I'll try. So practically what she does is just practically placing random dot, like different size around the eye. So I'm just gonna start on my inner corner, and it's like Dalmatian, so you don't really have to be like a perfect dot on line. That is it. Honestly, I'm not sure I'm doing it right, but look decently enough for me. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and go in and pop in my contacts and lashes, and I'll be right back. And for lashes this week, I'm gonna go in with the new Ardell lashes number 207. So this one is super thick and super spiky, so I think it's gonna be perfect for. Okay guys, so this is the final makeup look of this red skull, melted skull, or the red apple. Whatever you want to call it, is going to be the perfect makeup look for a quick makeup for Halloween. Just in case one of your friends asks,
yo, you want to go out?
And it's like,
oh no, I got here and I have my Cheetos. I don't want to go out.
And he's like,
put on your face and let go out.
And you're like,
okay, let me put this face on.
So this is going to be a perfect quick makeup look for Halloween. If you happen to like this makeup look, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel right down below. And while you're there, don't forget to follow me on all my social media at bella.c.snow. And don't forget, we are now moved to Wednesday. So put on this face and go out and scare people. Have a boo-tastic Halloween. And don't forget, next week we're having something special. Me and Andre are gonna compete on a makeup look. So follow us next week, and yeah, happy Halloween. Bye.
Yo, you want to go out?
Okay, let me put this face on.